Folks, we just got an absolute megaton of announcements out of Nintendo's financial Q&A. They have confirmed a live-action The Legend of Zelda movie is in development. Let's talk about it. Alright people, so here we have the official press release straight from Nintendo's Japanese corporate websites. Let's read through this. This is my first time actually reading all the information. We'll be talking it through together. Announcements of the start of planning and developments of The Legend of Zelda live-action movie dated November 8th with Arad Productions, I hope I'm saying that right, and Sony Pictures Entertainment, which is very interesting. We'll talk about that. Nintendo is pleased to announce that it has begun planning and developing a live-action movie based on The Legend of Zelda. So I'll stop right there. A lot of people were hoping that when we do inevitably get a Zelda movie, it would be animated, maybe even animated like a Ghibli movie, but no, we're just going straight to live action, which I think has some very interesting implications, but also once we get to the director and producer, I think that also implies some things. The film will be produced jointly by Shigeru Miyamoto, a Nintendo representative, director, and fellow, and Avi Arad, once again, hope I'm saying that name correctly, president of Arad Productions, who has produced numerous blockbuster films. The film will be produced by Nintendo and Arad Productions and directed by Wes Ball. Additionally, Nintendo will finance over 50% of the film's production costs, and Sony Pictures Entertainment will be responsible for worldwide distribution and co-financing. By working on visualizing a Nintendo IP ourselves, Nintendo is creating an opportunity for people around the world to experience the world of entertainment that Nintendo has cultivated through a route other than dedicated game consoles. With this project as well, with the goal of bringing smiles to everyone's faces through entertainment, Nintendo itself will be deeply involved in the production of the film, creating entertainment that is unique to Nintendo and bringing smiles to as many people as possible. We will continue our efforts to deliver this. So no information really on like when this is happening, just that they have entered an agreement with Sony Pictures basically, and this production studio to make a live-action Zelda film. Now, we do have some tweets on Twitter, I believe, here from the Japanese account. Yeah, just Miyamoto's tweeting from his phone right now. This is Miyamoto. I've been working on the live-action film of The Legend of Zelda for many years now. Okay, that's interesting. That's the I didn't read that before. I've been working on it for many years now with Avi Arad-san, who has produced many mega-hit films. I have asked Avi-san to produce this film with me, and we now have officially started the development of this film with Nintendo itself heavily involved in the production. It will take time until its completion, but I hope you look forward to seeing it. So this is all just absolutely crazy. I was curious what the people working on this movie have done in the past, Avi Arad and Wes Ball. So Avi Arad, they said he is going to be producing it, and then it's going to be directed by Wes Ball, right? So Avi Arad has produced a number of very important Sony Pictures films, most notably just every Spider-Man film, basically. The Amazing Spider-Man, he's doing Kraven the Hunter, the Borderlands movie, which apparently isn't great, Morbius, Uncharted, both of the Venom movies, and then just a lot of superhero stuff is what Avi Arad has done. So that's interesting right there. Also some television, it looks like here. And then Wes Ball, I think, directing it a little bit more interesting, honestly. I'm not familiar with Maze Runner, but this is the guy who directed all of the Maze Runner movies, or at least I think there's only 3 of those, right? So that's very interesting. I'm not sure actually the quality of those movies. I know they were a big thing back in the day, but I haven't really heard many people talk about them in recent times. But more importantly, he's also doing the new Planet of the Apes reboot, just to maybe give you an idea of what this movie could look like. You know, we're getting someone who has a long history producing Spider-Man movies, but also someone directing it who does Maze Runner and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So just some food for thought there. Kind of interesting, that style, that visual look that maybe we could expect from this Zelda movie. Yeah, I just was not expecting this news to come out today. I think, you know, back months ago, me and Tucker on the podcast were talking about how we would expect maybe a new movie announcement later in the year. And well, here it is at this investor meeting. Just crazy to see. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of disappointment and a lot of skepticism because it's not animated, and I get that. But I think it's cool to see Nintendo branching off of Illumination. I think that's really intriguing, actually, to see it not just going to them, because I think it's a safe assumption they're probably also doing Mario Movie 2 or Luigi Movie or whatever that would be, probably just Mario Movie 2, Donkey Kong, right? So Illumination's probably going to stay hard at work on Mario, while Sony Pictures is now doing this Zelda movie. My biggest question for this movie will be its like target demographic and tone, because when you think of live action Zelda, you see all those like fan movies and stuff of like just some really gritty like Game of Thrones style Zelda production. I don't know if they'll do that. I mean, looking at Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Maze Runner from Wes Ball, like you can kind of look at that and be like, okay, well maybe it will be more serious, more gritty, but I don't know. I just don't know if Nintendo would want to do that. Also, I got a shout out Svenlock on my notifications just now while I was sitting here recording this. I'm guessing this is that Zelda news leak as we're alluding to. Absolutely. This is definitely what Jeff Grell was talking about when he said there might be some more Zelda stuff later in the year, right? Safe to assume, at least. Although, I don't know what Sir Toto was talking about when he said Zelda R. I'm not sure what that would be. But anyway, yeah, this is probably the Zelda news that people were talking about. So yeah, just an absolute megaton. I mean, it probably won't be for another 3 or 4 years that we actually get this movie in theaters. But I'm excited, man. The Mario movie was scary as a Nintendo fan, like going into that, getting Chris Pratt cast as Mario and all of that. And we're going to have to go through that whole same song and dance with Zelda. I mean, think about it. Link is going to have to speak. There's no way around that. So who plays Link? Could it be Tom Holland? I sure, God hope not. But hey, look at oh no, the Sony Pictures connection. It actually might be Tom Holland. No. No, but jokes aside, I am excited to see just the ramp up for this movie. You know, you're going to start getting, like, leaks from when they start filming it in a couple years and all, like, script leaks and stuff like that. But then, yeah, the casting is going to be really exciting. And like I said, just that tone that they go for. They could go for a more childlike tone, like a bright film. But I don't know, man. I think that's... From the Nintendo we know, it would be more likely that they just go in a completely different direction than what people expect, which is dark and gritty. But also, looking at Wes Ball's kind of filmography, I think a grittier movie makes a little bit more sense, or at least just a more realistic movie, not super colorful is what I should say. So I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think? Are you excited? Are you scared of this live action Zelda movie that has been announced by Nintendo? What a crazy announcement. I really just wasn't expecting this to happen today. And I mean, it makes sense, right? And I think it's a safe bet that moving forward, we will see a lot more of this. They got Mario. Now they're doing Zelda. I think the next movie we get announced would probably be Mario Movie 2. But then from there, I mean, what other IP could they do? I mean, hopefully Prime 4 is a huge success and they're like, you know what, screw it, we ball. Let's make a Metroid movie. That's the other one I think people really want to see. But also, they have other hit properties with Splatoon and Animal Crossing. Those could be more animated features. But it's exciting. It's exciting to see Nintendo really branch into movies, especially now that they have Nintendo World and everything. They're really becoming more than just video games, which as a business for them is fantastic. And hopefully with all the movie successes and all these different things, the Nintendo World, this can then trickle down and fund development of games even more. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you optimistic for this Zelda movie, or are you scared? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo news, reviews, discussions, all of that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter for my gut reactions to these things as I tweet them out when I see them exactly as they're tweeted out. And until next time, folks, peace.